Welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week, sponsored by Perfume, for when you want to smell fancy. It is March 2021, and you're listening to Leaves in the Jungle, Season 1, Episode 15. In this game, we will be using the Wildsea world setting and system. I am Ian the Firefly, and we have...
I'm Austin playing Sitsi Yaku, the Delagray.
Bev playing Rook the Ardent.
Dylan playing Jisan the Gal.
And Jonathan playing Gomez the Ectus.
Excellent. And we'll do our little intro discussion thing, because I don't think we did it last time. I think we forgot to do it, or I didn't write one down, our little prompt.
I think we were free-flowing it. You even said we're not going to do one this time.
Yeah.
Did I say we're not going to do one? I have one for this time. So I'm going to do it. It's past me can suck it.
Oh my. Those aren't my mistakes anymore.
I do. I wrote one down for this time because I came prepared. I'm really not prepared.
Now I know your secret.
What is the worst companion to have on the sea?
Oh man, a couple answers came into my head, but they're not the greatest.
An empty rum bottle.
Ooh.
Oh.
A defective gear rabbit.
Ooh.
I mean, like, my first instinct is, like, in Super Mario, those just, like, little balls of fire with eyes. But it's...
A literal fire spirit.
but it's also, like, constantly reminding you of your failures.
That's...
A fire-spitting guilt spirit?
Yeah. But, like, in a really condescending way.
Oh, boy.
Like, you want to argue with it, but you know it's right.
Man, I
But
don't
also
know what you
bringing
dream
fire
about,
to
but it is not
everything.
fun.
Yeah.
Bev, do you need more hugs in your life?
Get this lady a mug of cocoa stat.
I can't. I'm on a sugar-free diet, and that's why I'm sad.
Honey's not sugar.
It definitely is.
It's made by something else. It can't be sugar.
I agree with Austin on that statement.
That's not how science works.
No, but that's how my tummy works.
If you believe hard enough, then science isn't real, apparently.
With cheese and cooking on their crew,
many
I have
levels to that.
foregone science and just gone with food.
Okay,
It's fine. It's left-handed sugar.
okay. If you guys if it makes you guys feel better, after all the exclaiming, my cat has literally come to check that I'm okay because I got really squeaky.
There you go. The cat will give you snuggles.
Hi, Snuggle Kitty. She's also probably going to try and eat any cords I have next to me.
Don't eat the cords.
Um,
Okay, I think... Did everybody...
G-Song?
No, G-Song
Oh no,
said
yeah, empty rum bottle.
Yeah.
No, I didn't really have one. There are no bad friends. There are definitely bad friends.
Excellent.
There's, like, people who are, like, treat you like garbage, but then, like, when you try to call them on it, you'd be like, I thought we were friends. And then,
So,
yeah.
I had a friend. He's dead now, but he
Wow.
he went LARPing with people, and they all went out and they did their foam weapon hitting people and whatnot. They came back to the cabin though, and he had eaten all of the food that they had brought for the weekend. All of it.
Oh, boy.
And he was like, I was hungry.
Oh!
Sounds like the ending of like a really bad horror story. And when they came back, he'd eaten all the food.
Yeah.
Oh, not the large snacks!
Yeah, it's like, and he's also a big guy, so it was just this whole thing. I wasn't there
how
for
many
it,
stores
but
I had to go to find potato chips that I could fit into the lore of our world?
yes. Yeah, I was there. They looked really good.
It's just Miss Vicky's. It looks old-timey.
Yeah. I miss you, Mark.
Oh.
Aww.
Anyways, Wildsea.
On that sobering note, what did you guys do last session? I think it's last session. Yes.
Endless jumping off into the abyss just to get back tiny people.
Tums remembered his training and did us all proud.
Yeah, Tums.
Yeah.
I remembered to tie people off.
I remembered to watch because y'all were just doing stuff. And I got some literature.
And I tied one on. No, we didn't. Not on camera anyway.
We learned that cults are bad and don't trust books.
Yeah.
I had mushroom envy.
And then took some.
Yeah, you guys got, I don't think I ever put it on Rook's character sheet.
Which?
But you technically have, under charts, because that is an
Large
important
gilded
note. No, you do have that, but you got books from the cult.
3 of them. Filled with just tons of just verbatim terms from Mr. Mushroom Talks a Lot.
We are now doing, I just put it on your sheet.
Oh, beauty.
So we are now doing charts a little bit differently too. That's a good point to point out. The Discord has been discussing charts and how they work and all that jazz. And I believe it was Ray who posted that charts should be used for cooking, crafting, and concocting as well to boost those kind of stats.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a really fun idea. So instead of charts just being like a travel chart, you can have like a recipe chart for cooking,
Or a schematic.
or a schematic for like repairing, or crafting.
Or a craft book.
Yeah,
Could it be
or a
like a
craft
literal
book.
kid's craft book at one point that's got like all the kinds that you can do with your kid? Like, here's how to make slime. Here's how to
Amazing.
take pieces of felt and make a blanket.
10 out of 10. Yeah.
It says here that they made dinosaur nuggets.
Oh my gosh. They made this entire mosaic out of little curved noodles?
That opens a whole new world for G-Son.
So
I don't understand. This thing tells me it's really an easy way to make Play-Doh, but I don't know what glue is, or I don't know what Elmer's glue is.
yes.
It's a tasty
Excellent.
sauce, I'm sure.
So going on that note, we will be having more charts fall under those categories as well. And then charts also can be language specific, meaning you might need a translator or something to help you decipher charts, making languages a little more potent. And charts can be used to help you learn languages to some degree. Still working on that a little bit, but just trying to buff things that haven't been used quite as much in our game and other games.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of a rundown of technical stuff for the listeners, because I know the listeners love technical stuff. So you guys are arriving at Umtop. Umtop is Gomez's hometown. So it looks. Oh, go ahead.
So what is it?
It is, as you guys pull the ship up, you are the mangrove trees? Yes, they're mangrove trees, giant chocolate raspberries, and large dog-sized shrimp. That's what this area is around.
I'm so happy.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's a literal paradise area. As the ship kind of pulls into port, you're looking, and there's this large, it's a lily pad. It's a giant lily pad, and it's full of water. It's 20 squared kilometers, or 7.5 miles squared. It's got a max depth of about 250 feet and an average depth of probably 175 to 200 feet, because it's a lily pad, so it has like perfectly right angle almost sides. And right beside that, which the lily pad, by the way, is new for Gomez. He hasn't been here in probably 15 or so years. And so, yeah, the lily pad is new as of maybe 10 years ago. And Umtop is known for its plant. And it's It's basic. It is a trigon plant. It's got the giant light bulbs. It's, it's covered in sand because the plant produces sand. And because most of the matter around here is organic, they just flow
Plant,
trees
not
into
plant. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, I was thinking the leafy kind.
No, it's...
And I'm like, what's a trigon plant?
You've seen Trigun, right? The anime? Trigun?
I'm getting a picture.
Okay, yeah. Someone get Bev a picture of the Trigun plant.
I'm sorry.
It's
failed me.
it is
There you go.
Inform this non-believer.
So it's like a crescent tower that has a light bulb, and inside of the light bulb, it's like there's a person inside of it, and they're just kind of like in a fetal position.
Whoa.
And
That looks
they're
cool. And
the source of all of the power here.
Yeah, and those light bulbs glow and give off heat as well.
Okay.
And there's like 3 of them around this area. And again, they mulch. They just naturally mulch stuff. So all of the sand that's around here, it looks like soot. Like it's that gray, white, black kind of soot color. But it's definitely sand. It's coarse, it's grainy, it gets everywhere. We all hate it. You know the line. It's not soot. It looks like soot, but it's not. It is sand. And yeah, this plant's just pumping it into the lake to build a nice beach, and then pumping it onto the shore. Like they've actually built almost a pseudo mountain here, just from years and generations of building sand on sand. Yeah, so it's kind of a really weird reach. It's or home. It's pretty neat. And because of the new lake that's here, it's such a rare thing on the Wildsea, this area has boomed in popularity and population. It is the easiest way to describe it is spring break beach town meets Vegas. That's what it is, you guys. There is literally in the air the smell of chocolate and cooking and desserts and delicious treats. There's, all sorts of colors and lights. There's like perfumes and scents all around. There's birds and butterflies and other pretty animals. And then there's also a weird, every now and then, there's like these flowers that kind of plume some pollen. And this pollen is a natural, it's not a stimulant, but it's not a stimulant. Like
relaxant?
it calms. It
doesn't give us heart problems, but it's a stimulant.
Yeah, like it's designed to make people feel happier and mellow, because like this giant I keep forgetting the word. This giant lily pad is obviously a carnivorous, like part of a carnivorous plant. So it's trying to attract prey here. So it's like it's luring them into a non-aggressive, non-violent state, a calm kind of state, and just a euphoric state. That's not to say that you guys aren't capable and other people here aren't capable of getting mad or upset. It's just, it's not quite as common. And people don't, like, when you react that way, people don't like it much more than they normally would, which is why this place hasn't been taken over by anyone or even attempted to be taken over. Because when, like, a group comes here to try and conquer it, they just end up having a good time and kind of forgetting that they were here to conquer it.
Yeah.
It conquered
Not policing.
them.
I get it.
Yeah.
Also, should we be worried about the sentence, it's a carnivorous plant?
Yeah.
No,
go ahead. Troublemakers get fed to the plant god.
Yeah.
But we don't.
People who
That's
talk
what's
back
called,
to the bartender in that way. This is why it's
It's-
paradise, because people treat bartenders with respect.
Exactly.
Also, like
Exactly.
anybody else in the service industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like it is a carnivorous plant in parts, but sentient creatures aren't. You don't have the
I mean, it's-
stimulant is not affecting you strongly enough that you're going to walk into the jaws of the plant. You can clearly see the jaws of the plant, and you're like, "Hey, I don't want to go there."
Well, like the plant is a building. Like it's just a building. Like, and there's just
No,
a
no.
person inside of it.
I'm talking not the plant as in the trigun
Oh.
plant. I'm talking the plant as in the lily pad plant. God, why are
okay.
words the same?
You made this decision.
I did not make the English language. I'd like to go on record for that.
You could have made them
Factory.
power plant, carnivorous, herb.
Industrial plant.
You know what? We're just getting technical here, and I don't do English
Perfumed
well.
lily.
Oh no.
Anyway, the carnivorous plant is different than the power plant. There you go. Okay. Sorry. Yes.
But yeah, it only
So-
affects lower intelligence beings.
Yeah. As I say, you
Like
guys can kind of
scratch?
clearly see it. No, like
Okay.
Lock up the children?
What about the
Like-
bees and the moths?
no, like the shrimp that are wandering around here that are
Okay.
the size of dogs.
But I
like-
want to eat the shrimp.
Like
You-
generally, if you're smart enough to be like, oh hey, that's a mouth, you're
Mm,
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not it exists. It was not meant to be a thing that you guys need to worry about. I should have known better, but it is
Cheat a friend.
We have major fear.
Yeah. Now, how many hit dice does his mouth have?
Yeah, you've overestimated my intelligence many times.
I have this spell called Dominate Plant.
I eat the spice bandolier in.
amazing. Aw. So, yes, as you guys land, a large plume of this, pollen blooms around you as your ship gets covered in it, and you suddenly feel the urge to just turn on your disco room and blast some music and just kind of enjoy the waves as you sit in port. And as you turn on music, a crowd starts to gather and people come and go on your ship as they're partying and having a good time. And just you end up spending who knows how long on your ship. Is it 2 days? Is it 3? Was it a week? You kind of
So what you're saying is that this stuff is a hard narcotic stimulant.
I'm kind of
This-
picturing, Percy Jackson with the lotus
Kinda.
plant.
Yeah.
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 Or what the
It's-
thing on Serenity was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Instead of making the reavers, everyone was supposed to be chill.
But this time it
Yeah.
worked. Yay!
So-
See, I see it more like it already put us off guard. So when Buddy walks up with the giant bowl full of hard liquor and he's like, "Yo, dude, let's have a competition." You're like, "Hell yeah, I will. I'm having the time of my life."
Somebody
right?
else shows up with a million cocktail shrimps.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's exactly, yeah.
Who wants to get their faces blasted with peyote?
Also,
Exactly.
Can I throw in there
me.
that, even though we have made no reference to any of us having packed laundry or wardrobe or anything like that, suddenly we're all in, our spring break outfits?
Oh, 10 out of 10, yes.
Yeah.
You're all in bathing suit attire, for sure.
Which
Absolutely.
I feel like at
I-
least one of you guys has to be in a tropical shirt. I'm not sure who, though.
I am in one of those old-timey swimsuits with the shorts on the bottom, and then the
They're all
Hawaiian
have
shirt over
shorts
top.
on. Is it
Yes.
striped?
Yeah, of course it's striped.
Nice.
Excellent. Yeah, no, you guys, it's not that it was the plant necessarily making you guys lose track of time. Yes, it did plume an extra bit of
just
pollen
Partied a
that
little
it does
hard.
every now and then. But yeah, you guys just ended up partying a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Tell me that Gomez put slightly punctured water wings on all the children.
Oh no!
He made a real point
see,
of giving them floaties and like water wings and like maybe Tum Tums has that little tube around his waist, but like he put them on, so they're all like a little.
So what this looks like is like he puts them on. He's like, "All right, now you guys can go swimming, but I need to warn you, and I cannot stress this enough. You have like 5 minutes of floating time in that, so do not get over reliant on those. That is dangerous, and I will not be the inattentive parent who just lets their kid drown because their stupid water wings fell off. Don't use water wings on your children, parents."
What about those ones that go around the middle?
Oh,
Anyway,
So we need to get
excellent.
we need to get some like manipulation marshmallows for him, so he can wear them on the end of his arms.
Yeah.
So he can start picking
I
things up.
feel like Rook probably got
I
some
was-
duct tape or some like gorilla tape somewhere that she's just
Well, like-
kind of like taping over and re-inflating.
Like I was a lifeguard, and I have seen a kid jump in with water wings on, but like they jumped in with their arms up, and they just slipped right out of the water wings. Yeah.
Oh no!
So we were like, "Oops!" And the kid was fine. Like they were able to get back to the side and stuff. But like, oh boy, don't trust water wings.
Water
They
wings
won't
are
teach
not a
kids how to swim.
substitute for parental supervision.
This
Yeah.
has been your,
Your terrifying tip of the
PSA?
day.
It's not. It's also not a natural swimming motion because like
It really isn't.
it's just not good. Don't teach your kids to swim with water wings. Just don't do it. Give them a life jacket.
So basically, we're telling them don't go near the water.
No, just give them a life jacket.
I'm already
And then
afraid
they could-
because I'm not going to lie, that one scene for Minority Report messed me up for life.
Well, I was gonna say you guys probably have never swam before in your lives.
Oh, true.
it's not even a skill.
So actually, Gomez is like, don't you go near that water. You don't know. You don't know what's growing.
You don't know how much of it you can breathe before you pass out.
Exactly. No, there are people swimming though. It is definitely like people are splashing around and swimming. And so in this town, you have,
After
of course,
offender.
it's a whole bunch of Ectus live here, obviously. And there is a large population of frog people.
What kind of frogs? The colorful kind?
You can't just
Talk like
ask
frog.
that. What
Sorry, I meant-
kind of
So
frog
if you're a
people?
frog, why are you green? Oh my gosh. You can't just ask frogs why they're green.
Jesus, Becky.
I don't know. Why is your tongue sticky? My tongue isn't sticky. Why isn't your tongue sticky?
Also, can I just say that I feel like Rook, now that she's in her spring break outfit, but also walking through town full of cacti with slightly more exposed skin than regular, is just like a little bit nervous all the time. Thank goodness for the drugs in the air.
Yeah. And there's a lot of cacti in full bloom here too, by the way.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
That's just the thing.
I know what I'm going to do in town on my excursion.
Yeah, before we get to your guys' little mini excursions, I have one thing to state. While partying on your ship, you run into two people. One, you run into Docus.
Oh, that's hold on.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I put his name here, so Larry.
Yeah. Oh hey, rainbow tree guy.
Yeah, that's the
He's
Wait,
the
which
monkey,
guy?
the
Oh.
four-armed monkey from
There
the
it is.
Rainbow Tree.
Oh, hey.
four-armed
Yeah.
monkey folk leader.
Yeah, you run into Docus as well as a few of the other 8 people, and they are riding giant, colorful bumblebees. And they tell you that after you left, I guess some of your bees got left behind and started eating the rainbow fruit and grew super large. So they have gifted you a half dozen bees. So you guys have now added to your ship a stable and a half dozen colorful giant bumblebees.
Are they the size of a bug?
What?
He means
No.
like a Volkswagen.
Oh.
Oh!
Zoom.
Oh,
I was just
in my bunk.
I was also just going to say yes because they are also bugs.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
the bug
fair.
side
You're
is relative to
sounding
the bug.
hurt me to my souls.
I feel like when I see the bees, I just kind of look at them and I'm like, oh my gosh, Jeremy, Gertrude, Nathaniel, you
Like
too.
CC's Yaku's first joke, and it goes over everybody's head.
I'm the exact opposite of Bev. I'm sitting there and I have a blank like 7 character things, and I'm looking at the keyboard, on-screen keyboard, and I'm just sitting there wondering for like an hour and a half, what the hell do I name my bee?
Oh no!
Is my bee a boy or a
I have to
girl?
name my
Oh,
bee.
Oh no!
Well,
I wasn't ready for that question
I'm
either.
trying to remember, like, our
Okay.
most adventure bees, are they male or female? I can't remember.
I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah.
they
Female.
tell you that after you left, the bees grew super large, and they thought because they had these large bees, and the bees looked like they wanted to go home, they used one of their whispers and charts to kind of try and find where you guys would be going.
EB phone.
And yeah, they came here to give you their bees back and also to do some exploring because, in the words of their great leaders, exploring is fun. And
I mean, you're not
That's
you're not
us.
wrong.
I
That's
feel
us.
like when I see them, I like go to them like, "Hey guys," and they just kind of look at me like, "I don't know, I don't remember you," and I'm like, "Oh."
oh
You're
no,
like
they
the
definitely.
Kuroko of our group. The shadow to the light.
Like
that
I
is
feel like
G-Sun.
even
Yeah.
Fraps has like a small shrine now, or like a a stained glass window depicting him. But like me, I'm like not even there.
No.
Excellent.
There are. It's like G-San, and then like me and Gomez, and then it's like you at the back standing behind a tree or a fruit, like kicking the ground or something.
Branch just
Aw.
covering my face. Yeah.
A bowl of the soup like tossed on the ground. They talk about like the disgraced one who like shamed the food given to them by the by the gifter.
And the other person you guys meet while partying on the ship is one of Jisan's old circus buddies, who's called Truffle. They are a Gao with grafted ectus arms and legs.
Sounds more like a tuffle. Oh man. But I love this guy. I don't know who he is, but I obviously know who he is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
this guy.
Yeah, no, Truffle is one of your buddies that you grew up with all the time on the circus. He was always, handling and helping with the animals while you were doing the cooking stuff. And so you'd bring him food for the animals. And you guys go way back. You're good friends. I mean, you can feel free to make up stories about him that are real or not. I don't know. You guys
Feel
grew
free to
up
make-
together.
So would that
They're your stories.
So would that
Um,
explain why his arms are different? He had a bunch of bad encounters with animals.
It's also just like a thing that happens on the Wildsea is people graft limbs to themselves. Like it's not an uncommon thing, but yeah, that's probably odds are one or two of his limbs got eaten and he just grafted new ones. That's probably not a bad statement to make. Yeah. But yeah, Truffle is here and he goes, "Oh, Jisan, long time no see. How are you doing?"
I'm like, oh my god, Truffle! And I like swoop in to give him a hug, and then just kind of like stop and like look at him, and then just like air hug.
That's fair. He does a big air hug with you. He goes, so I left the poaching ring a long time ago. It wasn't. I left after you left, but it just wasn't quite for me. I wanted to go legit, and so now I'm now running a legitimate exotic animal business instead of a poaching ring.
So after he says poaching ring about the third time, I'm like, you can see my little gears working, and then it's like watching a pane of glass just snap into a whole bunch of pieces all at once, and I'm like, yes, legitimate. I too decided to go legitimate.
I painfully nudge Gomez and like nudge Rook. I didn't know Gao could turn those colors.
They can turn like any color. Have you seen that color before?
I'm definitely like halfway turning myself into a tree, like where I'm not directly facing him. The back end of me is like turning into like wood and trying to camouflage itself.
Excellent. Yeah, no, he's like, oh yeah, no worries. He's totally oblivious to this. Like he's like, yeah, it was good, but now I got a legitimate business, and I'll give you a friends and family discount for sure. Anything you want, any kind of pet, I got them. I can help you out. And yeah, I love this party, man. And he just continues on partying. Yeah, so he's here if you guys want to interact with him. He has a exotic animal ship.
I quickly craft a makeshift collar for Scraps just so that it's like, this is my puppy.
No,
not for you.
He's not a poacher anymore.
Allegedly.
I make a collar that clearly shows. Also the bees. The bees are getting nice little name tags.
Do the children get collars?
We could make flower necklaces for them.
Oh.
Sorry, flower what?
We can make Ectus flower necklaces out of them.
Out of
That's exciting.
what, the bees?
Yeah, for the bees, like lays, like Hawaiian lays.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see that being a thing. Also, Ectuses wear them. There's a lot of meaning behind all of it, but they're very pretty flowers, and it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm wondering if every time you you know how when you go on vacation, and stereotypically you go on to vacation to Hawaii and people are like, oh, here's a lei, welcome to the hotel. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's that, but way too common, so that by the time you get down 3 blocks, you've already got 4 on you and you're not even where you're going yet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You walk into a store, you get to the beach, you look at somebody, hey!
And there's definitely go ahead.
So Gomez is shirtless, and pretty soon it's clear why is because he's just basically just wearing leis in place of a shirt.
And there's definitely some other contexts to do with Ectus that is about the leis, but we won't go into that in a family-friendly podcast.
I will. They pollinate. Yeah. It's flowers.
Are we implying that someone might get laid?
Exactly.
I mean the flowers.
You're all fired. You can't go home, but you are fired.
Sets the ship alight, walks into the sea.
Yeah, so everybody's partying on your boat, and after people party on your boat for a while, you guys kind of notice that people are just leaving some stuff behind, and you guys have accumulated some random specimens and whispers and charts and salvage and all sorts of things, and I'm just going to give you guys, everybody gets an aspect that's either a companion or an item. And it's because you guys have accumulated enough wealth after hosting a party boat that you can buy an item or companion.
It's convenient when no one cares about their things after a party.
I mean, some people don't care, and some people are genuinely giving it to you guys as a, hey, thanks for letting me party on your boat, Some
people probably thought that we were running a business and left cash and tips.
Yeah, that too.
Well, it makes sense. They're all chill and stuff, right? They're just oh yeah, great party. I came back with just my shorts.
60% tip.
Yeah.
Still in my room.
Exactly. Exactly.
And we did have an Ectus and a Gao on board. That's basically.
Yeah. No, you guys. Lots of people come and go. And now we're going to start the part of the session where we're going to do this. It's going to be a montage, but because I've already given you guys a free aspect, instead it's going to be you guys just doing something on this island similar to what we did when we ran our Under the Eaves episode. So you guys all have a few minutes to just what's your characters how is the first few days looking here as they explore and have fun? Do they go gambling a bunch and win a ton of money and then lose a ton of money? Do they hit the beach and learn how to swim? Do they, mingle with the locals? What are they doing?
What would suit swimming?
I am going to follow or get the contact information for Docus while he's in town, and then challenge him and his group to a volleyball game on the beach.
Yes. Excellent. And
They look like they'd be great at it.
I mean, 4 arms? Heck yes.
4 arms, all of them are like twice as big as me.
Excellent.
Plus, it gives me an excuse to casually talk about the coup in the future.
Yeah. Bringing up the coup. Good call.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Sorry. We are. What's the word for it? Liberating them.
Yeah.
We're literally talking about liberating them. There's no emphasis there.
The emancipators.
I love that. It's like, yeah, they're fine. No, they're seriously fine. Stop saying it that way.
Yeah, you guys have a fun like beach volleyball episode and do all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to be cleaning sand out of my webs for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I am bad at volleyball. It doesn't work. I get called for holding all the time, so I can't help it. It just doesn't let go sometimes.
You go to volley and it just kind of sticks.
And it turns out the fastball special with a spider and a giant ape man works really good with water. I go really far and float. Do not sink.
Nice.
Nice.
The water, it's the waterphobic, the web, so they don't get in. I just kind of drifted back to shore really slowly.
Slowly paddling.
Yeah.
Excellent. What else is people doing?
Gomez gambles. And he's going to take the kids with him.
Yeah.
Unless anybody else specifically wants to take the kids.
There is no age limit here. This is the Wildsea.
Yeah, that's crazy. What are you talking about?
What? There's no age limit to the volleyball game, but damn, that's a good idea. I should have thought about the kids.
I figured we all just went along.
Yeah,
no,
this isn't separate things. Like, this is just like over the course of a few days, you all are doing these things. So yeah, the kids can totally be playing volleyball and then go gambling.
And then learn to gamble on the volleyball.
So Gomez is gambling over the fire wrestling.
Ooh, yes.
In which their people settle disputes by lighting each other on, or lighting. Actually, yeah, they light each other on fire, and then they wrestle in a pit of hot coals. Outsiders don't usually raise issues when they figure out what's going on. They settle out of court.
So
Gomez's people have interesting traditions.
So it's like a sign of trust to let the other person set you alight?
It's like a sign of trust, and also it keeps outsiders from raising a fuss, because it's like, I'm going to light you on fire. You can light me on fire. I will be fine. Will you?
Yeah, Gomez's people have a resistance, if not immunity, to fire for a lot of them. And those that don't, go ahead.
So the people who are in the pits and doing the thing, they're wearing these ceremonial outfits, ceremonial garb.
Yeah.
To that, and he's telling the kids, so if you ever see one of my people put those on, things are gonna get real bad real fast if they're not here. That's a declaration of war. It's not great for other people. We're fine though.
You guys have actually seen Gomez's passing maybe in his room or something. He has it on a mantle, I assume, or something. You have
it's on the wall in one of those glass cases, kind of how people have flags folded up.
Yeah.
And put into a display thing. It's he has it. It's there.
In case of vendetta, break glass.
Yeah. So it's why don't you put that on? You'd be even more resistant to fire. Well, yeah, I'm not declaring war on this. I'm not declaring an eternal blood war. Are you kidding me?
Yet.
Yeah, we're getting allies first.
There you go.
Excellent. What else are people doing?
Well, we're all going to the beach, obviously, right? Do you mind if I go first, Rook?
You may absolutely go first.
Okay, so we're all going to the beach. Now, picture in your mind, everybody's looking at the water. The kids are there. They're so excited. They're charging towards the water. I assume they probably have bamboo tubes, probably the ninja motif. Let's skip past that. And all of the adults are standing there, and we're all like, it seems really sus to me. We're not going for it, except that I'm missing. And then, of course, everybody, like the light of the sun bouncing off of me like a giant reflector as my pale mushroom ass walks out in full European.
Oh my.
Excellent.
And we are going to attempt to survive the water. But I assume that we're going to get like tumbled over and have an entirely miserable time trying to swim, while the kids are going to have the time of their lives. So they go at it with abandon and are completely fine, and we are all trying to be cautious and like, safe and stuff like that, and we just all get trashed by it.
Nice. Although I feel like Scraps is fully in there with the kids, just loving it.
Oh yeah, dude, he's fine. He has millions of years of instinct to run on.
Also, like, I just maybe like I don't know, one of the kids at some point just tries to use your head as a flotation device. He's just like sitting on it like it's a little island, and then they start playing King of the Mountain.
Oh no,
King of the Rock.
My non-centralized nervous system.
Well, maybe you'll get a tougher crown after this.
Oh no.
Amazing.
I love it so much. Okay, I'm good.
Nice.
Oh, look, Kitty's calling for you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Beans. He's singing.
Okay. Well, I feel like after I realized I start a lot of sentences with "I feel like," and now I'm self-conscious about it. Moving on.
Oh no!
Not self-conscious on the internet. So, starting to check out like towns and shops and things like that, and like maybe like I don't know, just see kind of what there is. But then like the super enticing aroma of a brunch buffet restaurant pulls.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of all day brunch places,
right?
here.
Just pulls me in, and and everyone else, and like just imagining breakfast food, but where the primary natural resources are shrimp and chocolate and raspberries, and
not just any shrimp, like dog-sized shrimp, like giant jumbo shrimp.
Like I feel like a lot like there's like fried shrimp sausage patties on like beautiful like toast creations. There's like so many raspberry based mimosas, even though I don't know if that's entirely possible, but like and then like just like the raspberry chocolate on all the waffles or pancakes or whatever would be the thing here. So yeah, so we're just like going to town on this beautiful buffet, and at some point into like my third raspberry mimosa, I start getting like chatted up by this particularly beflowered cactus, and I'm totally oblivious to what is happening. I'm just like enjoying waffles, and yeah, I don't know. That's as far as I got with that idea.
It turns out all your responses are accidentally the perfect innuendos to all of his advances.
Beautiful.
He's like making all these like breakfast, brunch puns about like getting you alone and like the butter's not the best without the syrup.
Better pay attention to how you like your pancakes so I know how to order them later. What? Why? Are we going to do this again? I would love to do this again and again and again and again. Really? Yes. Obviously, this is amazing.
I wish I could drown in syrup. Oh,
right?
Really?
I'm over here just like shipping Ectus and Arden style.
Everything is better with maple syrup. Oh my gosh. I feel like maple syrup would actually be a very common condiment in this universe.
Yeah.
Any kind of tree-based syrup, but especially maple. And so, yeah, and I don't know how Gomez, who is aware of the customs, is reacting to any of this. I don't know.
Gomez is excuse me. Gomez is like making sure the people stay safe, but I think that he's pretty sure that this isn't actually gonna like go anywhere too sideways. So he's just like, no, this is fine. I'm just gonna let this play out.
Like, my friend is safe. They're having fun, and this guy's harmless. Like, he seems like a genuinely nice guy, and he's just, trying to chat up my friend. There's nothing wrong with that.
She might get up and he'll be like, I'm going to take you to the pits if you do anything to hurt her, right? And the other guy's like, yeah, absolutely. That's not going to happen. And Gomez is like, awesome.
Brings out the marriage lay.
So,
like my friends and I have had
flowers in her feet.
My friends and I have had that conversation with like a guy at a bar before, like, hey, just so you know, you have nothing to worry about from us. And he's like, oh, good, all right.
So Gomez seems a little bit uptight here. So while we're at the feast, it's basically become my personal mission to get him to consume as much alcohol as possible. Like, just constantly be bringing it to him and like trying to like slip it into his other drinks or whatever, no matter how he tries to avoid me. And then once I've got him drunk enough, I'm going to try and convince him to go and take our new bees out for a spin. Because I think that would be like the perfect bonding moment.
Yeah, Gomez is like, you didn't even have to get me drunk. I'll do that sober.
I need to get him more drunk. He's clearly not drunk enough.
I'll do it right now.
I think this is the point where we chime in. Do not drink and drive, even on fantasy bees.
Yep.
Yes, we don't.
Hey, Rook. He says, "Hey, Rook, hold my beer. Now come with us."
Down the beer, and I go, yes. I also feel like at this point I'm wearing like at least 6 lays from like various like approving cacti.
Okay, totally.
Is it drinking and driving if your bee is sentient enough to steer for you?
We think we're driving.
He's the DD. No,
that's
the
what's
BB.
important.
I'm drunk.
Yeah.
The bee is sober.
Exactly. Okay.
It is, but we don't care.
That's fair.
It's not going to stop us. There's no police here in the Wildsea.
That needs to be on a t-shirt.
So the three of you are going for a drunken beescapade in the skies above the lily.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So as this is happening, you guys like glance down, and I'm just like slowly like caught in an eddy current. And you see the kids. We'll get you. We'll find a rope. It's okay. I'm seeing the bees now. It can't be that bad.
I can't wait to find out how that turns out. He says this really big.
I'm just slowly spinning in the spot, staring at the sky. I've accepted my fate. Children will save me.
Amazing. And on that,
we also invite that other Ectus too.
Nice.
We're like, we're all friends here. Let's go.
Buftus.
The one who may or may
like,
not have proposed to me. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not blocking you. I'm inviting you. Let's go.
Awesome.
He's like dropping me on the bee, like I can show you the world style, and I'm just sitting there, like again, totally oblivious to the implications. I'm just like, woo.
I would think that you would be the one doing the I could show you the world.
Well, yeah, I'm the one actually singing.
Yeah.
Now that's a wingman.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that note, I'm going to end our little free roam kind of adventure. And you got, as we kind of wake up from our over partying, and you guys are free to explore this reach still, but we're going to now go back to standard rules as we explore.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you guys want to buy or get your new aspects, describe how you do that or that kind of stuff, or go meet up with anyone or whatever you want to do. Because Docus and Truffle are still here, obviously. And yeah.
I definitely have an idea for getting my thing.
Go for it.
So while I'm out exploring... No, that's not it. I lost it. It's gone. I'll get it again.
Aw.
So, like, did the other... First of all, does the other cactus have a name? I know I invented him, but I wasn't planning anything
Oh.
besides I'm oblivious.
Yeah, no, the other cactus is aloe.
Aloe.
Oh my god.
Oh, I suddenly just want to poke him. Not in a weird way, but just...
He'll make all
okay.
he'll make all your hurt feel better, Rook.
It could be in a weird
Okay,
way. It's all
so
right.
I feel like at this point, I wake up with the hangover and
Aloe beside you.
well, not necessarily beside me, but like in the room, also asleep, and I'm in that point of, oh no, I don't know how far this went. Technically, I think I'm mostly clothed, but all the clothes are in a weird spot.
Also, you don't know how ectus
Yeah.
read
Yeah.
necessarily.
I'm honestly, I'm checking myself for punctures.
Nope, there's no punctures.
Okay.
Probably like half a bowl of prickly pears.
Dusting of pollen across the room.
Yeah, there's just like a little layer
He
of
may have
pollen on some
pollinated,
places.
but that does nothing. Yeah, I feel like the actual thing that he pollinated, but I being an ardent, that really just means that now I need a shower, right?
I mean, you kind of need to shower normally anyway,
Right.
so...
Yeah, you'd want one.
So I just kind of like go up to him and like nudge him awake and be like, "Hey, you."
Morning. How are you doing this morning? As he kind of stretches and gets up, he's like, "Oh, what a fun, day, week. How long was it?"
I really don't know. And also, do you remember what happened last night? Because I'm cluing some things together, but my head really hurts and I have not had tea yet.
He kind of looks around. He goes, it looks like we had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, I'll let me go make you a pot of tea." And he kind of starts to wander off towards the kitchen.
Okay, while he wanders off towards the kitchen, I book it over to Gomez's room and I just kind of like shake him awake and I'm like, I need you to explain the birds and the bees literally to me right now because I need to understand what he thinks happened so I can please explain these things.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like you still have
you-
the talk from your children in like, in your head and you just go fully into that mode.
Yeah, so when we pollinate, we grow fruit, and he has a few buds. He also has a few buds growing. And we have other people eat the fruit, and that helps them to spread us later.
I immediately start becoming very aware of the taste in my mouth, but it's like that morning cobwebs taste, and like I'm trying to discern
Like
if there's
it's-
any fruity flavor in there.
Like it's not like a big deal. Like everything passes through. You're fine. you
I guess I'm
if you ate the fruit, then you just ate some fruit. Like it's pretty good, I hear.
okay, but I guess I'm more just kind of worried about the interpersonal dynamic. Like I don't know what this means to him. I don't even really know what it means. I don't know. I haven't even figured. I am not used to this aspect of life in my own dynamics, and this is what do you think he expects?
Well, I don't know. I think that he's just enjoying the festival. He might go off on his way. He might want to stay in contact. That's also balls in your court too. As far as if you wanted to set up boundaries, now's the time.
Boundaries.
Yeah, like you can tell them that that things aren't going to be permanent, and they'll understand. Like we don't really mate for life. We don't do that. It's just the whole nature of pollination. We have relationships, but it's not. We don't pair up like mammals do.
Right.
Yeah, so like you don't have to really worry about that. I mean, if you enjoy being around him, then keep him around. If you
being
don't-
around him.
Well, there's always more memories to make. Always time for another bee ride, right?
You remember parts of it, obviously.
Yeah,
like
I
you,
get like flashes.
Yeah.
Like, remember belting it on top of a bee and sounding amazing.
like before we go too dark with this was not anything unconsensual.
Oh yeah, no. I don't. It's more
Moving on up.
Yeah, no.
Like that, you guys could keep talking. I'm just before we go too deep into that. There was clearly, like, or at least from
Like everything was fine,
Yeah.
and like also like ectuses don't have sex.
Yeah.
No, there was
They like so like that wasn't
by
gonna
any
happen.
ardent
That's-
definitions of such things, nothing occurred.
Yeah, like
even by like Ectus definitions, nothing, because it's like by Ectus definitions, that's just a thing they do. They just pollinate areas. It's not.
yeah.
Mm,
Your flowers don't have stamen.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of like internalize this and go okay, and I just kind of like shuffle back quickly to my room and pretend like I didn't leave.
He comes back in with a cup of tea and he passes it to you.
Thank you. So, you're, you, buddy. I'm Rook.
I'm Aloe.
Okay,
Nice
Aloe.
to
Nice.
Meet you again.
Nice to meet you again. Okay.
I'm assuming this is your first time partying with Ectus.
I mean,
And you're an ardent and you have questions.
Yeah.
Cute
Yeah.
Captain America sitting on a chair. So you partied with an Ectus.
Grabs chair, sits down in it backwards, turns baseball cap around. All right, kids, let's
Jumps
rap.
back up. First of all, grab a human chair.
So you see, Ectus, we're a plant.
Uh-huh.
Like, have you ever eaten? Did you eat the raspberries here?
So many of them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Um,
not gonna lie, I'm kind of half eating one right now.
Exactly.
Reaches over
And
to my
there's, like-
stash and starts munching it.
There's little seeds in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they just pass through your body naturally,
Mm-hmm.
and your body naturally creates fertilizer that helps grow more raspberries.
I'm suddenly reevaluating my entire relationship with fruit. I'm like, trying not to think about it too hard.
And that's just kind of the way Ectus work to some degree.
Okay.
Not always, but like, let's just go with that for now.
Okay.
I'm- I might say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I might add that like it can be like a if you specifically take an ectus's like fruit as like a meaningful thing, like that can be a thing.
Oh yeah,
But typically that's like that would be a thing that you would do. You would be like, I would take your fruit. It wouldn't be them being like, here, take it, and haha, we're married
You
now.
can't take it when you're 5 raspberry mimosas in.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, you could definitely. Nope, not going there.
anyways.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's,
Ardents
Yeah.
are different. You know that ardents are. Do I?
I do know that.
Okay. How much do you? I don't need to explain. We don't have to talk about it.
You don't need to explain ardents to me.
Just I didn't do anything ardent-ish last night, did I?
No.
Okay. That's
Just disco boogied all night.
that's good.
Yep.
That's good.
No. People here are respectful, and people who aren't go to the fire pits.
Oh. Would I mean, when you say disrespectful, where does I just want to be friends fall into that category?
That's fine.
Okay.
I-
Okay.
Look.
Yeah.
If you want to keep partying, I'm always up to party,
Mm-hmm.
but if I get it, we're travelers on the Wildsea.
Mm-hmm.
If we never see each other, we never see each other. If we see each other, we see each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Wildsea.
Yes, it is. Okay.
I'm gonna pull myself out from under the bed where I was passed out, still in my European, and I'm just like, I don't think he's that into you. And then I'm gonna like get up, finger guns towards Rook, finger guns towards Aloe, and then go continue the party.
Aloe like finger guns you and says, "Now this guy, we had a little more fun than we did," pointing at you, Brooke.
Yeah, I'm gonna high five him, even though Thorns, who cares?
Yeah.
I feel like there's
No,
a
he's
high
an
five
aloe
and
sacrifice.
possibly a spank. I don't know.
He's an aloe plant. He's nice and soft.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
dude,
a
I'm into
little ridge
A soft
along the
succulent.
edge.
Yeah.
Oof. Ugh.
Yeah, this man knows what's going on.
But yeah, as a reaction to that whole, I'm like sitting there because now I'm like halfway between still feeling that whole like, oh gosh, this isn't what I wanted for my weekend or my social life. But at the same time, it's all like, I just got completely rejected there, and now all I want is to have been wanted, and I'm just like, both of those feelings are just fully going on at the
Aw.
same time, and I'm just sitting there perfectly quiet with my tea going, what just happened? Well, I mean, if you stick around for a while, once he's got pants on, I'm sure he'll get breakfast. Actually, he doesn't even need pants for that. I prefer when he wears pants for breakfast. That's not the point. The point is,
I'm just assuming that Rook's getting lost in my extremely perfect mushroom butt. Watching me like walk out of the room, and it's disturbing her thoughts.
It's seamless.
I mean,
Exactly. He's a kid down there.
it's a lot to take in. But
It's just
if I
one
was being
cheek.
purely honest, yeah, probably a little bit of that. But like also at the same time, it's just one thing.
Oh,
How does that
This might be our
work?
thirstiest episode.
Yeah.
so good.
Oh man!
These
Well,
were
it's a
the
beach
same
episode. It has to be thirsty.
Right?
This is the mandatory beach episode.
Yeah.
We're doing. This is an anime, you guys. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've realized that.
Oh, yeah,
yet,
we've been
but
in
we're
anime
legitimately running
Oh, yeah.
an anime.
We've been in for a while.
So, like, I think we get specimens from being here at the
Oh,
docks,
dear.
and I do want one of those specimens to be Gomez's fruit. It's just gonna happen. It's just like,
Mm.
hey guys, good news.
Oh boy.
Speaking of that kind of a thing, I feel like throughout this whole conversation, because like my room is like just off from engine, from like the engine and stuff, so I feel like throughout this whole awkward conversation, bees have just been collecting particles off of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Yum yum.
so it was a good night, dude. Go to fist bump a aloe thing.
Yeah, he'll fist bump you back.
There is no escape from the awkwardness.
Right. I just kind of look at him and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm awkward. I don't know this whole
Hey,
thing. I'm not used to this sort of thing.
Like,
I'm
awkward, the
I
dictionary is
not
your
really
picture.
have like what you would call a social. My best friend is a monkey dog, and I spend all my time.
Breathe. Inhale.
Oh my
Exhale.
gosh, there was a lot of pollen on the last inhale. Okay.
Look, there's-
Yeah. Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
First timers to the island
Uh-huh.
sometimes end up. Yep. No, I get it.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
sorry
Are we
if you got
cool?
confused and any lines were
I'm
pushed.
so confused,
I hope you're happy.
and I don't even know what the line's made of anymore, and that is the scariest thing for me. I like it when things they make sense, and none of this makes sense. There's not even a consistency. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop. Are we cool? Friends?
I think we
Yeah.
were cool
Punch in
5
the
minutes ago.
shoulder? Okay. Would you like breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go see if Jisun's wearing pants.
I love how you're like, would you like breakfast? Let's go see if Jisun will make it.
Well, I mean,
I'm
I'm
allowed
everybody's
to
slave.
make breakfast in his kitchen. I don't
I
let
prefer the
him.
term surf.
Don't touch the engine. She doesn't touch my knives.
That's actually kind
There
of
you
the one,
go.
like, we understand each other. That and probably tea, but, like, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Anyone else doing anything in town?
Oh, there's like two other Ectuses there with Gomez when it's breakfast time. They were in his room. Just
Nice.
nobody really noticed them.
So we're just, like, fully having breakfast, and there's, like, three, I assume just three ecti we don't know, just there, being super cool, and it's like, this is weird, but also kind of fun.
There's a
Yeah.
few random other people who like woke up on your floors from just partying on your boat and falling asleep as well.
Rad.
Yeah.
Are any of them brave enough to watch Jisun cook? Like, we know what he cooks is going to be amazing, but they're not used to his unique technique.
There's a number that will stay because they're just kind of too hungover to leave, but there are definitely a few that get up, watch Jisun cooking, and just back away slowly off your boat.
I'm just like twerking over the stove and just like basically like covered in glowing bands and super sweaty, like day after raver. You know what I mean? Totally funky, giving off spores, and they're just like,
Your
Third
tendril just
arm
standing
there,
in random
just,
pots.
doing his thing.
oh, actually, speaking of the third arm, that's what I'm going to do after breakfast. Is I'm going to go into town and I'm going to take I'm just going to assume it's the chest of loot that they left for me as gifts, and I'm going to go trade it for some mushroom growth hormone.
Nice.
And I'm going to graft that third arm to the back of my head.
That arm you picked up from the cult leader?
Yes, it's my arm now.
Yes. Excellent. We will do the actual mechanics of it later. But
Yeah, that's fine.
You have now grafted a third arm onto your head.
Now my whippy noodle hair is actually just like a really like proper tentacle in the middle of it that I could like whip you with.
You whip your arm back and forth.
I slap Rook with my very first action.
Go.
I'm just kidding. We don't condone that
After
either.
having gotten that, I'm like, you know what? I kind of needed that. So thanks. And then I fist bump the arm head. The head arm. Thank you.
So Gomez,
3-arm
where
dab.
are you? Because those two. Wait, you're all three together in the same room. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, so as you guys like roam out onto the deck, you see me hanging upside down with just like this puddle of water around me, and like the three kids like draped underneath my giant cloak. They like tied me up to dry me out for the night. We all just passed out underneath the mast.
Beautiful.
But as I don't know if you were doing anything, but I did come in contact with the monkeys and Truffle. If you want to talk to them, I know you're better at that than I am.
Am I? Yeah, all right.
But I don't know what you had planned for the island.
Let's do it. For the island. Which island?
Here.
The beach island.
Planned.
Like,
Well, we're doing it. This is it. We are having the time of our. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I remember why we came here. As you all hear Gomez speak with his real voice.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa.
I'll be right back. He goes to his room and he comes out wearing that outfit.
His fire.
Yeah. The other Ectus are like, "Oh, are we doing this? Is something happening? Did you just declare an eternal blood war on someone?" That's like they use a word in Sepric, but that's exactly what it means.
Nice. And are you telling all the other Ectus about the skin farms?
Yeah, he's not saying like the Chelicrae are doing this. He's like, this specific guy is doing this.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want this to turn into a race war. It's like this guy and the people working for him. This organization.
Yeah. We don't condone race wars.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Those are pointless.
This,
I don't
this
know,
whole
not
episode has
intelligent like
been,
plague race.
We're gonna have to put a disclaimer at the beginning of this.
Yes.
The views of
This
the
is-
fictional characters we come up with in the moment based on our instincts in no way reflects our actual instincts.
Or personalities.
Right?
Or real
Well,
We hope. We really hope.
I mean, make no mistake. If I found out that my neighbor was having, had a skin
That's true.
farm, I would also declare an eternal blood
I
war.
do just have this spare arm kicking around. I don't know about you guys.
Why is the spare arm kicking?
Why is your arm kicking?
Hey!
I guess if he's gonna
You
go
did it.
rally all of the troops, spread the word of the evil of the skin farmers.
Yeah, you just as you like wake up, and as Jison, or not Jison, as Gomez is like putting his fire ceremonial robes on, and like talking to the other actors here, and just getting like pumped up. You see them just start walking away, and in about an hour, the whole town is almost quiet for a minute, and then you just hear like a guttural groan, like angry noise, and then it goes quiet again for a minute, and then it slowly starts ramping back up to a party. But you can tell that like everyone here now knows what's going on, and nobody's happy about it.
Like a whisper got generated of collective disapproval.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
That probably happened to people too.
Yeah, no, there's definitely like this reverberates past here, and like
The
news
wave.
will spread. Yeah,
The wave has
Like
started.
somebody got the whisper calm before the storm.
yeah.
And then 4, I do have a companion I wish to gain. And
Okay. Yeah.
for the adventure for that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out with my bird and just kind of explore the out edges.
No, you're going to Truffle. I set up an exotic companion person
Yeah,
for
wait,
this.
wait.
How dare you?
And then my
I
bird
named
will
him and
lead me to
everything.
Truffle
Excellent.
because I meet him on the edge of town because he's examining exotic specimens.
Okay. Thank you.
Nice to have your
I almost
efforts
got
validated.
DMs. I almost got DM smoked. I almost died, guys. The 1,000 tiny
named
lifetimes
an
flashed
NPC.
before my life.
Do you know how hard it is for me to name an NPC?
Don't you have a list?
Yeah, there's a
I do.
recording of it.
Oh.
So I find Truffle
Yes.
and inquire about anything that could help with an early warning system for me or the ship, because we don't have weapons. But we seem to be great at manipulating reality constantly.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you for a little bit, and he goes, "Oh, I have just the thing. This is it's an off-breed I've been working on of a type of leech. It's an off-breed of a whisper spit leech. It's what is this called?
I named it the Whisper Veil Worm.
It's I call it a whisper veil worm, and I've bred. You see, I bred a whisper spit leech, and some different types of these worms together. They have good senses and very weary of danger.
I was gonna be like,
So, go ahead.
the Stargazers are moth-like, and they are involved with whispers.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, this thing, it senses danger, and it generates a whisper to protect itself. It's a very useful creature. I've just started the breeding process, and I've got a few of them here. I'd love you're a friend of Gison's, so I'll give you a good deal, and please let me know how it works out for you. I think these could be a very useful creature on the Wildsea.
It's so delicate and small.
It is. Be very, very careful.
I'm
And
going.
he passes you this like small creature. Do you want to describe it?
Yes. Well, I'm going to hand him the wind chimes from my chest. Those are his now.
Excellent. He takes them happily. He jingles them a little bit.
And then I maneuver things and make a little recess where an ardent's heart would be, and I cocoon it up in there.
Excellent.
And it's this little pink or purple, dark purplish black worm with little stripes on it, and barbs to hook in. And it's only 2 or 3 inches long and sinewy, kind of like a centipede, so it's really, really narrow. But it sends up this little tendril up into my head, and every so often I can hear it telling me that there's danger. And then a whisper sometimes will get forced into my brain.
I picture it just maybe not even a tendril, it just kind of shivers around and kind of pokes at the spiders that are there, and those spiders pass news upward.
Yeah, they carry the message like a bee. It dances in a special way, and the insects pick up on it.
Yeah.
So you're saying he has spidey sense?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about it that way.
Oh, I was totally thinking of it that way.
But it also marks a mire, because I don't get any preparation for a whisper just being forced into my head.
Yeah, it for listeners, we're editing the Whisper Spit Leech companion aspect, and we're turning it into a 1-track. And you mark a mire, instead of draining a falsehood or a statement, you always know when danger is coming, and then you can mark a mire to gain a whisper about that danger. Yeah.
It'll be handy, hopefully, as we sail the seas without sans weapons.
Exactly. And then...
And I tell Truffle about the skin farm.
Yes, Truffle is clearly not pleased about that.
And
I will let all of my customers know to avoid it and
not to do business with anyone associated with them.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, we will no longer do business in that area.
Yes, sanctions work.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's my thing.
And then
I felt productive.
Rook, you are getting a scarf? No, you're getting a...
Yeah, that's what I thought it would go for.
Oh, there's also that mask, too.
Oh,
Well, yeah, the sport scarf is a...
Better, yeah.
It's a kind of... I wanted to get one of those, so I just figure, after all the craziness, I'm okay, I'm gonna go take Scraps for a walk. And just kind of wander around the street and, as I'm there, do some window shopping. And I see that, just in one of the windows, there's some sport, they got some spore gear. And I'm oh, our last encounter was with crazy mushroom people. Yeah, I could have used that back then. So I'll grab one now. And I just, I find one that's actually kind of looks like it's Shankling in its design, and I grab one of those and I buy it. And then thanks the guy. Then I accept the lei because that's polite. Even though at this point I'm cautious about it.
Even though at this point you're now okay, there's more things about these than I knew originally.
I have so many. I've not taken off a single one.
I like how it's there's meaning behind it. None of it is what's the word I'm looking for? None of it is contractual. No, that's not the word.
Obligatory.
Binding? Yeah,
mandatory.
Yeah, none of it's binding. It's just
Yeah. And it just kind of I take it and I find somewhere to grab I don't know what the equivalent of a cafe would be, and I just kind of sit there and I look on the beach and I just kind of try to come to a peace about it, just staring at the water, being you know what? It's all good. Nothing bad happened. Yeah. You're fine. You're fine.
It's a more colorful Horgun statue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And sorry, which aspect did you take specifically?
It's the what is it? The spore scarf.
Spore scarf. Which is that under, sorry?
Ardent.
There There it is. Ah, perfect. Okay. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, you guys are here. Does anyone else want to do anything? As I say, there's still Docus is still here. Truffle's still here. There's other things, or are you guys all good at? Did you have your party and fun?
Yeah.
I'm satisfied.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm relatively set. The only thing I would... Oh, I do wish to inquire, Docus, on the progress of... Or information about, like, the ecology and biology of the tree itself. Because, like, we took their sapling, but didn't take any notes. And if they've been
Excellent.
caring about the tree for so long, maybe they can give us some tips and hints about caring for it better.
Excellent.
That's really smart.
Yeah, Docus, talking. Yes. What would you like to know about the tree?
Types of nutrients we can give it to make it healthy, and ways to prevent it from being unhealthy. What the growth cycle?
Oh yeah, Docus looks at you. Yes. Oh boy, there's so much to teach you and tell you about. I just wish I could almost go with you and show you.
If you're willing and don't have commitments, we have more than enough space on the Bowbreaker 2.0.
Oh really? You'd take me along with you guys?
As
Of
my
course,
disciple.
and then you could, as an apostle of the explorers of the rainbow, you'd be able to feast from Jisun's cooking almost all the time.
His
Teach the
eyes just
children.
go wide. He's of this amazing. Wow, what an honor.
I don't know if Jisun has ears that can burn, but they're burning.
Yes, I'd love to come with you guys. Yes, of course.
I'm gonna click yes on that companion option, please.
Excellent.
Sweet, we have a rainbow bud tender.
Yeah, and Docus will join you guys on your journey.
Yeah.
And I think we'll end the session there with you guys gaining Docus as a companion. Not a companion, because that's an aspect.
Crewman.
As a NPC member of your crew.
Oh wow, really?
Love it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh sweet.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna name my
go ahead.
bee. Before we end, I have to name my bee. I'm gonna call him
Yeah.
Stee.
Steve.
Yeah,
Nice.
because he's a beastie.
Nice.
Ah.
Is he a boy?
Well, of course he is.
Excellent. Yeah.
It took me a second.
And
to get there.
listeners, I don't know if actually yes, by the time this episode's come out, you will have seen the art. Theoretically. I don't know. It depends how good my life is and if I can get my stuff together and organized. There should be art by the time this episode comes out that listeners can be like, "Oh, those are the bees." Cuz we're prepared like that.
I have named mine.
What is
Excellent.
his name?
My name is 9, because he's B9.
Yes.
Everyone's like, oh, I gotta go look at the
B9.
bee pun now.
4. Mine's being 4. No. No, I'm back.
And I also love the movie 9.
Okay.
It's fair. Excellent. I did also give you guys oops. Boy, ended this session early. I did also give you guys extra stakes because technically people left a whole bunch of stuff here, and so you have extra stakes. So you have 3 stakes on your ship if you want to upgrade any of your NPCs. Or if you want to upgrade the ship itself. You don't have to do it on camera if you want, but if you want to, you can discuss.
What was that? What was that 3-stake thing we were thinking of before? Was it an armament?
I don't remember.
Or was it an
we can do
extra
it off
hull?
camera. We can do
Yes.
it off
Yeah,
camera.
we can do that later.
Okay, I'm just letting you know and listeners know that this session you guys have gotten a lot of stuff because we're ramping up, so you're prepped for season 2. Because after this session, we are moving on to Fire Mountain, and oh boy, it's a mountain full of fire.
Time for a TPK.
Exactly.
I mean, all but one.
See
Yeah.
you later, guys.
I'm immune to fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. I got
I can
this.
split into thousands. See you later.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
I'll take a few of your spiders, put them like in my coat, and then you could just you'll be fine.
We all burn to death, and Gomez is like, "Yeah, I'm immune to fire." Right? And then there's like Portobello like pushing him into the volcano, and then just like, let's see how resistant you are after this.
Are you immune to gravity?
And then he just climbs out, and he's like, "I have Franks and Scramble, my dude."
Oh no!
And Dan?
I think you forgot. I'm the combat character.
Wait, you are? I thought the
Laughing
bag of
out with-
spiders was the combat character.
I
We have
thought you
combat
were the
characters?
Trade
Yeah,
character.
geez.
Yeah,
Gomez
the
is our
Isn't that
combat
why we
character.
got the four-armed monkey and the ninja children?
No, the four-armed monkey's obviously a gardener.
And the ninja children are only ninja children because I accidentally have stats that basically line up with ninjas.
We're doomed, aren't we?
Yeah, but I think that's
Certainly.
it for this. I have nothing else to do this time.
Yeah.
I can think of.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was our episode. I was Ian the Firefly.
I was Austin the player.
Hell yeah!
Got him.
I'm Bev, the voice. I don't know.
I just don't know how to follow up. I like Austin's such a player. I just can't.
Right?
I'm the nudie mushroom chef.
And I'm Jonathan, a nice tall glass of water for this thirst that we have.
And we are all professionals. And
Yes.
this is sponsored by nobody. Signing off.